Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I have a complete statement I'll submit for the record, but I do want to thank you, congratulate you for your leadership on this and working with Senator Hutchison, Senator Lautenberg, Senator Dorgan in putting together, I think, what is it is a balanced bill. We all have heard the complaints from shipper groups over the years about rates and about service, and trying to address those in a way that makes sure that we help shippers but also allow railroads to remain economically viable is a real challenge. And I think we need to have a good freight rail system in this country. I come from a state where we depend upon railroads. In fact, 30 years ago, the condition of railroads in South Dakota was so bad that the state had to step in and acquire a lot of the track. And to this day, South Dakota is still the third largest owner of railroad track in South Dakota. So I know the challenges that my state faces in continuing to make sure that we have a good freight rail transportation system and able to deliver our agricultural commodities to their destination. And I was pleased to be able to meet with a lot of the stakeholders in trying to develop this approach and this balance. And obviously, the shippers in South Dakota and the railroads were very instrumental in shaping my views with regard to this bill. But it is the product of a lot of give and take. I think it's a true consensus and a reminder that all of us, particularly in this month, can come together on an important, complex piece of legislation and through bipartisan working together, reach agreement on important legislation that's good for the country. And I want to mention a couple of provisions quickly that I think are especially important in my state. The thing that I probably hear the most about is the rate complaint process and how costly it is and how lengthy it is, streamlining that, filing a complaint, lowering the fee on that to $350, and then creating the new arbitration process for small rate complaints, Mr. Chairman, is a provision that I think all of the sponsors strongly support, and in my view, should be a great assistance to grain elevators and farmer-owned ethanol plants in South Dakota, who today don't have the time or the resources or the expertise in some cases to challenge a railroad rate under the existing rate case procedures. So again, it's not going to make everybody happy, but I think it does strike the appropriate balance. And so, Mr. Chairman, I appreciate your leadership on this and look forward as we move this forward to the floor and hopefully get something enacted into law.